I have a question on life cycle analysis. If you, and I go back to the grass to glass analogy that we've heard spoken about, why does that begin at the farm? Why doesn't it begin with the fertilizer producers, for example? Why are they not included in that? It seems to me that the numbers would change dramatically if you took that to that point instead of starting with the farm. And the second part of that question is, we're working on life cycle analysis for our own product. If we do this and spend the money doing it, how do we get that locked in so that somebody can't come along and say, you've wasted your money, you should have started here, you've got to do it all over again?
Who would like to take the first part of that question?
Come out of here. Well, I can start, or we jump in here as well. The life cycle analysis side, I mean, if every study has to be centered someplace, and you have to start in you know, with one company or in, and the intent, you have to build boundaries around it, and you can make it. I mean, we've done studies, life cycle analysis, that where we go right from a production at a company, and in terms of what their carbon footprint is and what their energy use is, right around to, we do this with the forestry industry, where they'll then take some of those products, those value-added products, put them into the bioenergy side, take that energy and feed it back into the process. So it really depends on how you build those boundaries. And that really feeds into the next part of your question, which is, I don't think there is an answer yet in terms of certainty, and that is a challenge here in terms of, we go ahead and we do this work, and there's lots of businesses that are stepping forward to do it, and we don't know what the payoff is, and we don't know whether what the regulators or how it's going to, is it going to be market driven, is it going to be the McDonald's, you know, supplier driven, or is it going to be driven by federal, international regulations? Probably a combination of all of those things. I think that the drivers for this are a number that have been covered today. The corporate social responsibility, there's certainly a marketing side, but I would emphasize the energy, the efficiency side, the business efficiency side. That if we do this right, there's definitely savings that are going to be found in any business. And the broader that we draw that circle, certainly carbon footprint, but the broader we draw that circle into the full life cycle analysis, certainly the more expensive it gets, the more complicated it gets. But there's also benefits there that can be drawn that you wouldn't otherwise see.
You know what, I wish I had a perfect and firm answer as to how to ensure that you're asking the right question in life cycle analysis, so you're making the most of this expensive piece of work that you're getting done. I've seen LCAs done in at least 4 positions for food products. One is it's in the bin. You've grown it, you've bought the inputs, etc. Another is it has been cleaned, transported, stored, and then delivered to the loading dock with the food manufacturing company. The third is the food manufacturing company. I've taken the raw product, I've run through my operations, and now the truck is at the loading dock ready to go to the retailer full of the product that I transport. What's the carbon footprint of that product? And finally, I've seen analysis that will say, okay, the product is on the shelf, the consumer has driven the grocery store to pick it up, taken it home, cooked it, consumed it, chucked away the packaging, and all 4 of these will have vastly different answers and will imply a vastly different scope. And all I can say is, you know, try to do as much forward thinking as you can as to how you're going to use the data and in what forums before you do it. It's a tremendous challenge, and we struggle with it ourselves.